This is not a conversation I want to have. Just put all messages on. I'll take care of what I need to. Community, what's that? Oh, moderation. That'll be fine. Boy. Oh boy. Isn't this gonna be a fun conversation? Yeah, wait for people to join. Welcome chat, remember to guard your privacy, blah blah blah, yep. That's me. Hello, the person who liked this. I don't see you on the counter yet. Hey, Steezen, welcome. I'm waiting for people to join and we can begin the conversation that needs to be started. Yeah. Waiting for people to join so we can have this talk together. It's a little bit of a scary talk, so we'll get into that when people join. Hey, Rain. Yeah, it's a fair warning. It is a political talk, so if that's not your cup of tea, you're free to leave. Hey, Dorian. Oh, convo. Yeah, a genuine conversation. Hey, dude, whatever's up, you're a great person. You're doing very well. Thank you. Some random already. Thank you. Is that anything? Yeah, that's how you spell it. Okay. So yeah, just waiting for people to join so we can actually talk about it. Cause yeah, it's a lot of people are scared about something, and I feel like I should come in and try to help with people's fears. Cause I'm seeing a lot of people prey on other people's fears about this topic, and it is a lot of people are genuinely scared for their safety and their well-being and their families and friends. So I feel like I should step in and try to calm it down at least a little bit. And I feel like this is a conversation. Yeah, it is about that, Rain. I've been on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube for like the last 2 days, and I've been even before the Trump won. It's been a lot of people are scared, and I feel like I should come in and try to. Bad news? I don't know if it's bad news or good news. It's just kind of news. I'll say millipede. Yeah, I'm waiting for people to come in so I can explain what's going on. Actually, you know what? I could start now. I can probably just fill people in as they come in. Yeah, we're talking politics. Not something I normally do. I normally keep us pretty non-politics. I usually keep it very, very far away from politics for a reason. But I'm seeing a lot of people scared, and a lot of people are worried, and a lot of people are genuinely concerned. And I feel like I should come in and try to help people who are scared and who are worried and who are upset. Because to be honest, they have a reason to be upset. But I'm going to come in and try to make it better, or at least try to explain it in a way that'll calm people down. Because a lot of people are preying on their fears and are worried. Yeah, I'm not going to state my own political opinion, but who knows? I have nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna speak up in a second and share what I think personally is gonna happen, but I'm gonna keep my own political views silent so everyone can talk and not feel isolated. Because I genuinely want to hear everyone's opinion and get to hear what they have to say. Did you mean praying or praying? Genuine. Oh, I think that was from another. Okay. So let's just, I'm going to start the conversation. I know you guys are talking, but I'm just going to start what I want to say. I do not personally believe Donald Trump's presidency is going to affect people who are trans, who are gay, bisexual, the whole LGBT community. I don't believe they're going to be affected too much. Yeah, I don't believe he's going to affect that in any meaningful way. Because okay, let's talk about worst case scenario, all right? Worst case scenario. He tries to pass a law that was genuinely terrible for the LGBTQ community. There are so many things in the way of that law that would never ever get passed. We're even in the Senate, even Republicans in the Senate would be against that bill. And he probably wouldn't do that anyway. But if he did, There's no way in a million years it could ever pass, right? I think the worst that would happen, which arguably is not very great, but the worst that would happen is I believe trans people might be kicked out of sports, which isn't great, mind you, not great. But I don't believe rights would be trampled on would too badly. I know he's more concerned about the economy, but the whole argument, the reason why people are concerned right now, Millipede, and what I'm seeing down the list everywhere is people are concerned about their own rights to exist. That is what people are scared of. That is what people are worried about and crying and are really upset. And I know he said repeatedly he wouldn't go after that, but that is what people are concerned about, and people are preying on those fears and hyping up the fear and making everyone terrified. You sure? Because we've been under attack so much for some time, especially with trans community. Here's the thing about that, right? It is fear mongering. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. I agree, but the reason I'm making this video is a lot of people are being doom scrolled and are constantly getting negative news and are scared. They're very, very scared. And I don't blame them for being scared. People are using that fear and they're gaining views and they're gaining the system by playing with people's fear, and it's messed up. And I'm here to try to calm it down, try to make people realize not much is realistically going to change under his presidency. I think what's going to happen is maybe different countries will see us differently based on our leader. They will, or maybe our economy will change. Potentially, federal laws may change. But local laws, state laws, have protections for people of the LGBT community. And genuinely, even if you tried to pass a federal law, I do not think it would pass. I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying if he tried, it wouldn't pass in a million years. And I think he even knows that. Because LGBT community makes up a large percentage, I feel, of America and of other countries. So I don't feel like that would ever happen. Because he's smarter than that, I have to think, right, to become president. And I feel a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are really worried. As a person who is bisexual, I am worried. But he's not going to. But if he did, it wouldn't pass. There's no way it could pass. Yeah, we can vote. You can always vote. Are you an LGBTQ supporter? I support the individual LGBTQ person. I don't support the community as a whole. I think the community's been taken over by extremists. But I support you if you're gay, trans, whatever. I just don't support the overall community because I feel like it's kind of grouped up to an extreme. But I support the individual is what I'm trying to say. If you're gay, if you're trans, if you're bisexual, I support you. I just don't support the overall gigantic community that's kind of turned into a hate mob. My dad and brother are trying to force me into political stuff, and I've been pushing against it. I hate when people use politics as a weapon. A lot of people use politics as a weapon, and that's not just I can't comment about that, Dorian. I don't know much about it. But let me see. What was the thing? I've seen a lot of people use politics as a weapon. That's not just Democrats, not just Republicans, but people to defend their argument often go to extremes. And it's kind of self-explanatory. I don't think I really need to explain that one. I guess especially considering he's become a president twice now. Well, yeah. And here's another argument. People are also concerned about him being a fascist, but we've already experienced 4 years of him. I'm not a staunch Donald Trump supporter. I'm just trying to be realistic. It's really hard to believe what they say when they take a lot of his clips out of context. I'm sure there's genuine criticism of him out there. It's just there's so much false, it's hard to actually criticize him because of how much false stuff there is out there. And it's the same deal with Kamala, by the way. There's so much false things about her. It's hard to legitimately criticize her because you don't know what's true or what's not. And it's the same deal with Trump and Kamala. Do you like Trump or Kamala? I'm not going to state my own political opinion on here. I'm keeping that genuinely just silent because I don't want to isolate people who genuinely want to have a conversation. I want to hear from both sides of the aisle, and I want to ease their concerns, right? I want to hear from I want everyone's perspective. Apparently, the vice president said that white middle class or rich white people should be trans. Oh yeah, that's I read that earlier. I can't comment on that because I haven't. I don't know anything about that. I like Kamala because I really wanted. Wait. Oh, what's the President Trump's vice president? JD Vance, right? Yeah. I like Kamala's because I really wanted a female president. And I mean, having a female president, a female president would be cool, but I would rather them be competent, if that makes sense. I'm not saying Kamala isn't. I'm just saying if we were going to have a female president, I'd want the female president to be elected based on her skills and not her gender, if that makes sense. I feel like it shouldn't matter whether they're a woman or a man or black or white. It should just be based on the skills and how much people want them, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think the whole community has just certain individuals, just like any community fandom. No, I'm calling it a fandom. Wait, I don't think the whole community has just certain. Okay, I read that wrong. Sorry. And I least slightly by. I'm in agreement with you, Sinjin. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. I've had really bad experiences in the community, so I tend to stay away from it. It's the same in any community, really. You know, like the ASMR community. If you notice, I never put ASMR in my titles anymore. I separated away from them. So, yeah. There's always toxic individuals. Yeah. The world was more peaceful when Trump was on. Do you mean when he was the president? Maybe. Again, I'm not like super tuned into politics. I wouldn't really know. Like, I don't have the statistics in front of me to say whether or not that's true. It may be true, but I don't know if that is. Yeah, I know. I thought it would be cool. Okay, good. As long as you have that like understanding, like, yeah, you should elect someone based on their skills, not their gender or race. My restrictive worst case scenario, nothing changes. Best case scenario changes. I can afford eggs and gas again. Now, that's another thing, and that's also a really inflation's also a really complicated issue when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm just here to say that you don't really have to be afraid of the President Trump election. You don't really. There's nothing really to be. You don't really have to be scared of what's going on. Is basically was my point. A lot of people are playing on people's fears, and a lot of people are fear mongering with this current election, saying they're going to lose your rights, but that's not going to happen. It can't happen. Even if it could happen, there's so many things blocking that, from local governments to state governments to even federal governments. There's so many things keeping you safe from that. Well, I should go. Lunchtime is almost off. Bye, Rain. I'm random bird. So it's more so Russia don't attack until when Biden was running things. So things happen to go to shit when he was out. I think that was just really unfortunate timing. I couldn't tell you if it actually was because of him, but I do think it was just really unfortunate timing with that. I believe he probably still would have done it even under a Trump campaign. I don't think that's really necessarily related to the certain president. Proxy, I hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Brandy. I am. I was just adding on to what you said about Trump. Must be smart because he became president, and especially seeing as he's done it twice now. Oh, yeah, that. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think he's definitely a really smart guy. I feel like people calling him stupid really underplay it. He is a master at crowds. He's very, very good at it. He's very good at garnering the crowd. He's very good at entertaining the crowd. He's very good at just being the guy, if that makes sense. I feel like that's what like really did Kamala in for this campaign. She was not very good at public speaking in the way that Trump was. I think that's ultimately what doomed her. God is in control no matter who is the president. As a Christian, I say yes, but yeah, I'm not talking about God in this particular one, because again, I want to make sure everyone's fears are dissuaded. I think both candidates weren't ideal, to be honest. But then again, I'm not from America, so I don't know any opinion really matters. Well, your opinion definitely matters. America is the kind of the brick that holds the world together in a lot of ways. As an American, maybe I'm biased in that department, but America's, for example, America's military defends most of the world. And when you keep that into check, when you keep that in mind, it's a lot, it's a lot to think about. But America really is the brick that holds the world together. Without America, a lot of more horrible shit would be happening. We're kind of like the be cool tool. Bye. Have you all wonderful. Have a great day. And remember, no matter what you pick or who you pick, you're always welcome to be my friend. I support anyone. And that's a good message, Gary. Or Rain. So you should not worry. Yeah, you said my username right. Okay, I'm glad I said it right. I think overall, whatever happens, we should look into the future with hope and enjoy the moment, the present we have now. I am 100% in agreement with you, Millipede. My mom just doesn't like him, and that's why I don't like him, because I don't want to make my mom upset. I mean, that's a valid viewpoint in a lot of ways, but at the same time, you got to pick for yourself, right? If you happen to pick the opposite, and if you still don't like him, that's fine. I just rather it be your own opinion. If there is a God, we're not talking about God in this particular stream. Thank you so much for this, Proxy. I really need this. I'm glad, Sinjin. As an American, we had to decide on which one was less bad. I feel like that's always the case, because here's the deal with Republican and Democrat parties. We live in a two-party country. And no matter what, there's a drawback. There's no such thing as the perfect party. You know what I mean? That's not a thing. There's no such thing as one political view that's superior to all other political views. There's always drawbacks, takeaways, and pros and cons to whatever you're looking at. Voted in mail, so yeah. All right. But yeah, that's the case how it always works, is there's no perfect party. I think it's loaded to expect perfection. No one will ever be perfect, just like when you go shopping. Well, I think that's something is every president has a red flag or two. Absolutely. If you want to look at Trump, you could see his own views on race occasionally are bad. He has some really bad takes when it comes to internet and online safety. Terrible. Kamala, on the other hand, has really bad views about economy. And it's just, if you really want to dig into it, every candidate has something bad, but they also have just as much good to offer. So there is no perfect candidate. I'm mostly making this, I just hope this chat doesn't get raided with toxic stuff on both sides, but then again, your chats are mostly chill. I just try to have an open discussion about politics. I don't often talk about politics. This is just a one-time stream just to help people feel not as scared. I feel like a lot of people are very hostile when they discuss politics. Like, if you don't vote my way, then you're wrong, which is not at all how I think politics should be. Politics should be chosen based on the ideas and not the party, if that makes sense. I believe both parties can offer good ideas. Did you vote? You don't have to answer. I did vote. Yeah, I'm not going to say who I voted for, but I did vote. I don't like to discuss politics that often, especially my own ideas on that, because I definitely want to make sure everyone gets a say, and then I also want to make sure that everyone's calm and I don't want to drown out one party versus the other. I want to make sure I get everybody's what everybody has to say. Our wings on the same bird. That's why the right wing and the left wing. Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it, Millipede. We're all in this. America is the bird, and each wing, like right wing or left wing, is the bird. I really like that. I've never heard that before, but I really like the way you explain that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I would 100% though. I'm about to end it because I do want to get off this topic. I'm gonna say this. I don't believe. I try to stay up as much as possible. It's stressful. I understand that, Brandy. I'm gonna end this soon, so I'm just gonna end this with a final message. There's nothing to be worried about with this current election. You don't have to worry about your rights being taken away. That's never gonna happen. People are just fear mongering. And they're using you to boost their algorithms and to boost their views and subs and all that. There's nothing to be scared of. There's so many things in the way for making that happen. There's nothing to be scared of. No one's going to take away your rights. No one would dare do it. It's stupid to think that. It's not stupid for you to think that. It's stupid for them to put that on you. And there's another thing to keep in mind. Federal laws don't always collaborate with local laws. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Even if a federal, which it's not going to happen, federal law is never going to come out banning abortion or banning certain things about the LGBT community. That's just never going to pass. There's no way in a million years it could pass. But if it did, there's still local laws which can interject with federal law. So there's nothing to be scared of. Everything's going to be okay. Like, talk to a story that was eventually broke apart. Look, again, not getting into religious stuff for very obvious reasons. Just saying, everything's gonna be okay. All right. There's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing bad that's gonna happen to us or anyone else. The worst that's going to happen is maybe the economy changes. And maybe outside of America, people look at us differently. But internally, everything's going to be fine. It's great to hear you again, Proxy. I'm sure you are not the only one thinking that. I just wanted to put this out there because I'm seeing a lot of doom scrolling and a lot of people playing up the fear and genuinely scared and crying and are upset. And I want to make sure to dissuade that as much as I can and let them know everything's going to be okay. I just really want to make sure people feel safe because there's nothing dangerous here, but people are making it sound dangerous. And our people are playing up like suddenly now, today, all of a sudden your rights are gone. And that's not what's happening. I just wanted to put that out there. I'm going to end this now. Thank you guys all for coming. And I really hope I helped. I helped soothe your fears and made you feel better. At least a little bit about what's going on and helped explain it better so you guys don't feel scared. Yeah, thank you guys, and I hope to see you guys again and maybe in a future video that's not politics. I don't really like doing politics. Bye guys.